Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Ollie Hayes, and today I'm bringing you the starting 11 show for Monday night's trip to Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Let's get straight into it. Starting in goal, Jordan Pickford. He's going to have a relatively tough test on Monday night, isn't he? Especially with the likes of Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling and potentially a return for Nico Jackson up front for Chelsea. I think Pickford's definitely going to have his work cut out against the caliber of attacking player that Chelsea have got. But certainly in the last 2 years against Chelsea, I can picture myself that Pickford's made some really big saves there, and think it's going to be a tough game in terms of defence, so we're going to need all we can and Pickford to bail us out a couple of times, I'm sure, but definitely Pickford in goal for me. Moving to left back, I'm going to go with Vitaly Mykolenko. Against Burnley, I thought he was solid as always defensively, kept a clean sheet as we saw against Burnley last Saturday, and I think for me, Mikolenko, we know what he is in terms of attack. He's honing that attacking output now. He's always going to be that solid defensive left back that we've needed now for a couple of seasons. And for me, I think he's definitely going from strength to strength. I think he's had a really good season, and with what 7, 8 games to go now until the end of the season, I think it can be considered a really really good season for Vitaly Mikolenko. But moving to centre halves, I'm going to go with James Tarkowski and Jared Branthwaite, of course. Again, not a lot to say about these two. They've been so solid all season in terms of, aerial ability. Jared Branthwaite last weekend against Burnley, I thought he had his best game in an Everton shirt that he's had so far. I thought he was absolutely fantastic for us last weekend. And, just we're going to need, as I said with the Pickford thing, we're going to need all we can in terms of defence because it's a tough place to go, Stamford Bridge, isn't it? We saw last season we were pegged back twice, and then coming back with an Ellis Sims goal right at the end. I think we're going to need to be in the game late on just to try and nick a goal and just try and nick a point, maybe even 3 points. But James Tarkowski and Jared Branthwaite are going to be crucial for that for me because they're just going to have to be so solid in terms of defence. Moving to right back, I'm going to go with Seamus Coleman. I think Dyche is going to opt for Seamus Coleman. He's had a return to fitness after the international break. A very unlucky own goal bouncing in off him at Bournemouth. I thought that was very unlucky for Seamus. I think he was gutted after that game. I think I said that in the extra time after that game. I personally would have gone with Nathan Patterson. I don't think Dyche will opt for Nathan Patterson. I think he'll opt for a more defensive strategy against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Um, for me, Patterson probably would have offered a little bit more going forward. As I've said this plenty of times in the last couple of weeks. I think Patterson, it is time for Patterson to now have a run in the team. But I think Dyche will opt for Coleman just for that defensive output. We're going to need all we can in terms of defence. And I think Coleman does offer a little bit more solidity in terms of defence there. And so, yeah, that's my back four. Moving into midfield, I'll start with Amadou Onana. Back fit after his Burnley absence. I think his absence was definitely felt against Burnley. I don't think we created enough chances. I thought the midfield was relatively bypassed in that game. We saw James Tarkowski, Jared Branthwaite, Pickford just lumping the ball forward and trying to find Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It worked eventually because we managed to come out with the win. But that being said, I think I'd like to see us try and carve Chelsea open a little bit more because they have been a little bit shaky in midfield this season. Enzo Fernandez hasn't really hit the heights that Chelsea fans would have wanted him to, especially coming with that £100 million price tag. But I think Amadou Onana coming back into the team. Dyche confirmed in his press conference yesterday that he will be back fit for the Chelsea squad, and I think his forward passes will be huge in this game, just to try and carve Chelsea open, to try and carve out decent quality chances there. Next in midfield, I'm going to go with Idrissa Gana Gueye. Again, he was another one that missed the Burnley game due to personal reasons. I think he's going to be crucial for that midfield battle, winning tackles. He's that dogged midfielder that's always there to put in a tackle, always there to break up the play. I think he's going to be crucial for our chances on Monday night, especially, as I said before with Enzo Fernandez, he's a player that if you press him and get at him, I think that we can definitely pick up the ball there. So for me, Idrissa Gana Gueye is going to be crucial for that. And then my final midfielder, I probably would have gone for James Garner. I thought his spell out of the team for the first half of the Newcastle game and then coming back in for that second half, I thought the break that he had there, I think he needed it. He has been running to the ground pretty much all season. So I think I would have gone with James Garner, but Dyche confirming in his press conference that Garner has got a little bit of a knock. So I think he will opt for Andre Gomez. And I did a player focus, didn't I, a couple of days ago on Andre Gomez and his return to the fold and his return to the squad. I think he can offer us something. Um, as I said in that player focus, he is what he is. He's on high wages. We know what he is in terms of his injury record. But that being said, he's that different caliber of player. He's that different option to the likes of Decore, for example. I think he can offer us a little bit of output against Chelsea and just that quality killer ball in behind. I think he is more likely to unlock that rather than as I said, the likes of Abdoulaye Doucouré or even Idrissa Gana Gueye, Gomez offers that little bit of a different dynamic. I think if he does come into the team, I think he can definitely have a good performance on Monday night. So I think that's what Dyche will opt for in the event that James Garner isn't fully fit. But I do think Gomez will probably start on Monday night. And then moving into the attack, I'll go with McNeil off the left. As always, I think he's one of these players that is probably going to be a mainstay in the team between now and the end of the season. I thought he was much better against Burnley in that second half. I think he went from strength to strength. He got a little bit more confidence for me in that second half. He went from a first half where he looked really, really, I don't want to say lazy, but he looked really, really devoid of confidence, and he didn't really get into the game. There was one misplaced pass that it rolled out for a throw in on the far side at the Bullen's end, and I would have liked to see him chase after it a little bit more, but he looked to the sky and he looked a little bit devoid of confidence. But then second half, he came out into the game and he was chasing everything. He looked really, really a lot more confident after that halftime break. So I think for me, McNeil, he is what he is. He's going to be one of these players that is going to unlock us some chances between now and the end of the season. His crosses for Dominic Calvert-Lewin are going to be crucial. Just hitting Calvert-Lewin in the box just to try and get a chance in that 6 yard box. I think that's going to be crucial for us. And again, off the right, I'm going to say the same thing. Jack Harrison, I think, will start on Monday. Ashley Young had an okay game against Burnley. I just don't think it's sustainable to play a 38-year-old player at right wing against a team like Chelsea. We'll just get overrun. So I think Jack Harrison, a little bit more pace, a little bit more energy. I think he's going to be one of those players that will probably come into the fold there. But I say it every week, don't we? We need more from Jack Harrison. He's not really hit the heights that we wanted to see. When what we saw in the Leeds shirt last season. I think Jack Harrison, we do need more in terms of attacking output from him. We need more assists. We need more goals. And he came on late against Burnley. He looked okay, a little bit of energy, but for me, can he just, really push between now and the end of the season and just create us more chances and just get us over this line? But going into striker, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin will start. There's a little bit of a debate here. I know it's an ongoing debate in the fan base, I think, between Beto and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I sway a little bit more towards the Beto side than the Dominic Calvert-Lewin side. That's just a personal preference. But listen, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think will start. I think Dyche will opt for Calvert-Lewin. I'm just hoping he can build on this 2-2 games now. He had two, very, very lucky strikers' goal. Can you call them? A penalty and a one ricocheting in off him off the goal kick of Muric. So I think the two strikers' goals, and for me, I think moving forward, I just want to see more from Calvert-Lewin in the box, getting in that 6 yard box, being the Inzaghi, which Ancelotti described him all those years ago. So for me, Calvert-Lewin will start. But if it's not going well, I'd like to see Beto maybe earlier than the 60th minute if it isn't going well, and just to see Beto going in behind and latching onto balls. I said from the likes of Andre Gomez, latching onto balls in behind. Can he just unlock that defense a little bit more? Beto. But, for me, I think Calvert-Lewin will start on Monday night against Chelsea. And let me know what you think about the team. Let me know what you think about the starting 11. And let me know what you think about our chances on Monday night. It's going to be a tough game going to Chelsea. They've seemed to found a little bit of form, Chelsea, in recent weeks. But, it's going to be a tough game. But that's all from me on the Toffee Blues. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your starting 11s. But that's all. See you in a bit.